We've all been there. The offsite starts with great anticipation, great excitement, and then one by one the presentations begin and drone on and on and on. In our view, this is not a productive use of time, whether I have 8 people or 300 people in the room. An offsite is just not a place to plod through data. It's a place to solve problems, to debate, to interact. It's just not a great use of time to go through PowerPoint slides. So one way to minimize the need for presentation is to make sure people have in advance the relevant background they need to have the conversations. Done well, a solid pre-read can really help minimize the need for long, drawn-out presentations. However, when most companies think about a pre-read, they immediately start to pile on business plans, industry studies, consulting reports, and the result is something that looks like this. A 3-inch binder, hundreds of pages, 20 tabs, required reading, sent 48 hours in advance with little to no instructions as to what you should do when you're reading the material. Not a recipe for success. So here are 5 ingredients that will really make for a solid pre-read. Number 1, the goal is to give everyone a common foundation for the conversation. So only include the minimum amount of content necessary to have the conversation you want to have. If it's not directly relevant, don't include it in the pre-read. Number 2, assign one individual and give that person the authority to control what goes in the pre-read. This person should create guidelines and give those guidelines to people that are putting material in the pre-read and make sure they're adhered to. Number 3, take advantage of different media. So for example, use a video to describe the new elements of the strategy that you want people to understand before the meeting, as opposed to creating 10 PowerPoint slides that might have the same effect. Number 4, in the pre-read, gives a very specific and focused set of instructions. Answer this question or 2 as you're reading the material, come to the meeting with concerns or red flags based on what you read. Whatever it is, make sure you're clear about what you want people to think about or do while they're reading the pre-read. And lastly, send the material out or give access 3 to 7 days in advance so people have enough time to digest the material and complete whatever assignment is that you're asking them to complete. So, a key to a successful meeting is to think about what you can do before the meeting begins to optimize your time in the session itself, interacting, debating versus presenting. And a well thought out, carefully crafted set of pre-reading materials can go a long way to help your meetings be as successful as they can possibly be.